Alright, today we are going to go over some more decimal grids and different problems that you might run into on tests. So let's start. So let's say now imagine these ones are not filled in. I know it's not perfect. Alright, so one of the problems that you might run into is something like, what is yellow plus green, right? I mean, it would probably be worded differently than that. But basically, what would this plus this be? So first we need to figure out what numbers the yellow represents and then the green represents, right? So we know that each of these filled out fully is 1. So this would be 1, and let's see how many columns there are in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5, and then 2 more. So that would be 1 and 52 hundredths, right? Because this is split up into a hundredth. And this would be 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths. So that would be 1 and 6 tenths. So if we were to add these together, the best way to do it would be using the standard algorithm, and that is my preferred method. Always line up by the decimal, and then we can always add a 0 at the end so that they have equivalent place values. So then we're just adding these. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 6 is 11. Carry the 1. Remember to bring down the decimal. And now we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So now that is 3 and 12 hundredths. Now if we were to be doing subtraction, it would be like, what is the difference between the green and yellow? Right, something along those lines. We could do the same thing but with subtraction. Okay, so can't carry 0 minus 2, I can't do, so I have to borrow. 6 turns into a 5. 10 minus 2 is 8. 5 minus 5 is 0. 0.0. 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer is 8 hundredths. Right? We could put a 0 here. So if we were finding the difference between these, it would be 8 hundredths. Now another thing that that they might do is do something like this, where all of a sudden they fill out multiple multiple different I guess, decimal grids without filling the previous ones up, right? So we could still have this same exact problem, like what is, combined yellow plus green. So we need to figure out uh, what the yellow is in this case. So this would be one whole. Then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tenths. And we can actually keep counting on this uh, of the columns, because 3 columns in this would be equal to 3 columns at this. So we're at 7, 8, 9, 10. So that would be 2. So right here we could draw a line basically, and this would be 2, and then we would have 1, 2, 2 tenths, and then 2 hundredths, which would be 22 hundredths. So it would be 2 and 22 hundredths, and in this one it would be the same thing, right? So this would be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be plus 1 and 6 tenths for here, and then 6 hundredths, which would be 1 and 66 hundredths. So I would say this is probably, about as complicated as the decimal grids get in 5th grade, from what I can tell, other than when they, on occasion, get to sometimes they will draw like the thousands grid, which is just like this, and then imagine that this is split up. Every single one of these is split up into 10 little pieces. I can't do it very well with the mouse, but it's the same principle, basically. So